So, welcome to set 3, guys. It looks like it's going to be another ZVZ here between HoeJJa and Hydra. So, CJ, you know, getting another favorable matchup here, getting a ZVZ for Hydra, but that's what I said last time in Action versus Effort, and then Action goes ahead and wins, so HoeJJa fighting! Although he's clearly not that good, as you can see on his stats, 2 and 6 overall, and 1 and 2 against Zerg. What was I going to say about last set? Oh yeah, actually, interestingly enough, you know, people have been saying, we're saying all season long about how deep CJ's lineup is, you know, and everything. But actually, they only have 2 players who have positive win ratios in the regular season. Those are Effort and Lita. All of their other players are below 50%. So,
even Hydra?
Even Hydra, actually, he was exactly 50% until he lost in the last match against somebody, I can't remember. So he was like, yeah, you can see on the screen he's 7 and 8. 5 and 3 in ZVZ, so that's not that bad. But yeah, CJ is really not as impressive as you might think. And I think KT, like a lot of KT second string players, don't actually get as much credit as they deserve. And I guess they're proving that here today.
Yeah, and they still have like stats to play, and Crazy Hydra has done a great job this season. So CJ they more or less have to win this match, so they are really up against the ropes.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely should have. You know, in theory, last match and this match should have been easy wins for CJ. They should have been going into the next set with a 3-1 lead, but right now, you know, the best possible situation for them is 2-2, and that's not really good. This is not ideal. And actually, this also means they've used Effort, they've used Hydra, so they're going to be down to Lita and then their Protoss line, and their Protoss line has really not been pulling its weight this season. So, a little bit concerned for CJ. But anyway, looks like HoeJJa will be the yellow Zerg in the bottom right. Hydra will be the blue Zerg at the 12 o'clock. The map is Neo Outlier. So let me just get my get the clock positions in my overlay. Looks like that guy was reading a book. Clearly not a ZVZ fan there. He's like, playoffs? Pfft.
I don't think all the viewers in the Korean audience realize how good their, what do you call it? how good the fact that they can watch Brood War on a regular basis, it's a privilege, and I don't think that they understand that.
Dude, I know what you mean. It's like when, you know, when I was a kid and I didn't finish my dinner and my parents would be like, "There's starving children in Africa that could have eaten your food." And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense, but, you know, it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing. There are starving Brood War fans in non-Korean countries who could be there watching Pro League Live right now. And that guy is reading a book. No respect. No respect. Anyway, looks like both Overlords are actually going to pass each other in the middle of the map there. Both players scouting correctly. And looks like, was that 9-pool against Overpool? I think that's what's going on here. 9-pool for Hydra. Yep, there's the second Overlord just popping out now. And presumably an Overpool for HoeJJa here. So he's going to be just fine against this 9-pool. It might have been a 12-pool, I don't know. I always get fuzzy between Overpool and 12-pool.
Yeah, and I don't think that, I mean, even though he has to get an earlier pool, he still has to accumulate that gas to get the speed, so I don't think he will have earlier speed either, so... Oh, he's going straight for Lair, never mind then.
Very interesting. 9-pool gas, but with Lair first instead of speed. That is interesting. I am pretty sure you usually get speed first when you do 9-pool. But not a Zerg. Huh. Anyway, his links are going to come down here, and I mean, HoeJJa looks like he's kind of a little bit worried here. He's pulling 2 drones. I don't think that's actually necessary, is it? I think 1 drone would be fine. 2 drones is a little bit overreaction mode. Although he does actually only have 4 links, so maybe not. Maybe he's actually just playing safe. This is actually maybe not a bad idea. I take it back. I think this is okay. And it looks like he has.
He has to be careful though. Getting position of the bottom of the ramp is fine though. So I think that is alright.
Yeah, he basically used the 2 drones to help push Hydra back up the ramp, and now he's just taking position, as you say. So, looks like he's gonna be a little bit of a standoff. Meanwhile, HoeJJa taking his making his second hatchery in his main base. That's very interesting. You know, obviously on Outlier, because you have these back expansions, we have seen Zergs, you know, kind of trick a drone through the minerals and then take one of the back expansions as their natural, and obviously that does give you the extra gas. But then the trade-off is that it's quite far away in both ground and air distances from your main base, so it makes you a little bit more vulnerable once it gets to the mid-game. And it looks like HoeJJa just didn't want to expose himself to that, so he just made a hatchery in his main base, whereas Hydra, taking advantage of his you know, link position at the top of the ramp to expand to his natural.
Yeah, and it's sort of hard to tell. It all comes down to decision making and micro in this kind of situations. And HoeJJa has to do something though. He can't fall too far behind on that gas since Hydra has the earlier expansion. But I think that the economy-wise is pretty decent right now as well. And the spy timing is pretty even for both players as well.
Yeah, I mean, this actually looks quite similar to last game. You know, I think it's again a slight build order advantage for the KT Zerg here. HoeJJa's overpool against the 9 pool of Hydra, but you know, it was a pretty calm early game, and we are going into the mid game here. It's going to come down to this mutant micro more or less, unless we see some crazy Spire snipe like Action did last game. And let's see if HoeJJa can pull it off. That would be absolutely ridiculous if Action beats Effort and then HoeJJa beats Hydra. Oh man.
The one thing that HoeJJa has right now is the larva advantage. He will have more mutas or air units overall out on the map right now, so Hydra has to buy some time to get his air units out as well.
Interestingly, those lings that we just saw, I believe were HoeJJa's lings, and they did not have Zergling speed. He must have skipped that in order to save the 100 gas for an extra muta or something, but that's quite interesting for him to just skip speed entirely. He must get it eventually.
Yeah, I don't mind it that much since he was trapped in his base anyway, keeping the position on the bottom of his ramp. But he should get it right now when he has getting out on the map with it.
And the thing is, because also he's on 1 gas with 2 hatcheries, so it's like he eventually he's going to run out of gas. He's going to have to make some Zerglings, you know, with all those extra larvae. So I really think Zergling speed would be a good idea here. Yeah, he definitely still doesn't have it. However, he does have a decent Muta Scourge count. Hydra looks like got several unused larvae the observer is actually showing us here. Oh, I think it's actually because he's supply blocked. Yeah, he actually... Oh, because HoeJJa actually just sniped one of the overlords. So Hydra's actually supply blocked at 31 of 26. And looks like HoeJJa is going to take advantage of this to just move into the main base. You're going to snipe 1 drone here. Is he going to commit to an engagement? No, just going to grab the drone and flee. And send some links in to die at the front. He still doesn't have link speed. This is not good. Although, actually, it looks like Hydra skips link speed as well. Neither player has their link speed.
That's weird. And HoeJJa did a great job there, killing those 2 drones. That's huge.
Yeah, and the observer actually just showed us that Hydra has only 4 drones on minerals. I think that was. That is not many drones, ladies and gentlemen. That's a pretty terrible economy. Meanwhile, HoeJJa actually now expanding to his natural. I think this means he's going to be a little bit more defensive now. Obviously, you know, he doesn't have to commit to anything. If his natural gets up, he will be in a fantastic position. You know, they're both going to be on 2 gases, but he'll have the extra hatcheries worth of larvae to play with. Although, never mind, it looks like he is just going to go for this again. There's a lot of Scourge on the map. This is going to come down to the micro here. How many Scourge will hit? It looks like a few Scourge of Hydra hit HoeJJa's mutas, and both players doing the anti-Scourge micro here. It looks like the lings of HoeJJa actually on the ground here could be the difference. They are attacking the hatchery while the mutas engage overhead. This is where the larva advantage is coming into play, and the extra minerals, and oh my god, Hydra's gonna lose all his mutas here. He's gonna lose his hatchery. Hydra is so dead. HoeJJa's gonna kill Hydra. What is going on? This is impossible. What? Action killing Effort and HoeJJa killing Hydra. KT Rolster, what have you done? GG! This is unbelievable. KT.
Oh, I'm like face palming right now. What are you doing, CJ?
My brain hurts right now. I don't even know what is going on anymore. I feel like I'm watching a bad horror movie or something. This doesn't make any sense. Except it's actually a good horror
Did we step into
movie.
the Twilight Zone, or what's going on?
This is like worse than the Twilight Zone, man. This is the zone where Action and HoeJJa beat Effort and Hydra. Oh man, what? I don't even.
Well, kudos to
What is
KT.
going on?
3-1. That has to feel good. I guess they are pretty comfortable right now.
And they still have stats. Crazy Hydra. I mean, KT is on cloud 9 right now. This is so sick. So sick.
I'm scared for CJ.
I mean, I thought KT would take it, but not like this. Unbelievable. All right, let's go on to the next set here. I'm waiting for another crazy upset.
I guess they will send out Reach and just snipe Lira. That would be the perfect ending to this series.
Dude, wow. Excellent call here. We need Reach to come out and close it out. Captain Reach. The Mantos. Alright, here's hoping. Oops. Alright, you ready with the VOD?
Yes, I am.
Starting in 3, 2, 1.